I didn't leave Islam because I wanted to be rebellious. I didn't leave because I was weak. I left because I was searching for the truth, and the truth wrecked me in the best way possible. This is my full story. From growing up Muslim to almost ending my life to meeting Jesus in the darkest moment of my life and how that changed really everything. And if you're somebody who's questioning Islam or Christianity or even your own worth, this is for you. And it really all started with a simple question. Either God's existence is infinitely important or it's not important really at all. And if he is real, I needed to know him for myself. Not through culture, not through fear, not through some tradition. Now, I grew up Muslim and I was the type who challenged Christians. I thought I knew their book better than they did. But deep down, I was really still searching. And I told myself, if Islam is a truth, it should be able to stand up to any question that I throw at it. And so I threw every question I had. But what came back were loose threads, contradictions, and excuses wrapped up in the word context. So I dove into apologetics, hardcore, not just YouTube clips. I'm talking hours every single night, years of studying, comparing Islam and Christianity side by side. I tried so hard to make Islam make sense. I wanted it to win. But the deeper I looked, the more I saw this one truth, that the crucifixion happened, period. It's a historical fact confirmed by Christian, atheist, secular historians alike, and that the Quran didn't say it happened. And that's a fatal, fatal problem. And then I started looking at Muhammad's life, not what I was told, but what's actually in the hadiths. He led wars, took slaves, married a child, and he still didn't know if he'd make it to paradise. I compared that to Jesus, who healed the sick, forgave sins, who died for his enemies and knew exactly where he was going. So the difference wasn't just theological, it was undeniable that this special figure had been coming into the world. But this isn't just about facts, it's about the cost. The day I realized Jesus was Lord, I knew I couldn't turn back, and that meant losing everything. My family got crushed, my father got aggressive, my mom sobbed every time she saw this cross around my neck. My brother and sister, they never took me seriously. I lost my boys, my mentors, my whole community. I was completely alone. And I had to ask myself, am I willing to walk this road alone? Am I willing to follow Jesus even if it costs me everything? And the answer was yes, but that did not mean that it was easy. I spiraled. I numbed the pain with cocaine and Molly and alcohol and partying and women. I was bleeding on the inside trying to cope. I had left Islam, but I hadn't let Jesus heal me yet. And by October of 2022, I hit rock bottom. I'd quit my cybersecurity job trying to become an entrepreneur. I was $40,000 in debt. I had the banks calling me nonstop, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day. I was taking Adderall at night just to avoid the calls during the day so I could stay up and do some kind of work. I was depressed. I was suicidal. I was done. And in that moment, I prayed. And I didn't even pray to Jesus. I prayed to Allah. And I was like, I cannot do this anymore. Please help me. And the next morning, I heard 3 words that changed everything. Get up and go. And it hit me like thunder in my soul. It wasn't a thought. It was a command. And I knew it wasn't from me. I knew it wasn't from this mind that had been failing me for so long. I woke up with a fire in my chest and a light in my eyes and this overwhelming peace that said, you are mine and I love you and you are not alone. And I didn't know at the time, but that was Jesus. And from that moment, everything changed fast. Opportunities exploded. I paid off $40,000 of debt within 3 months of launching my agency. My life began to rebuild, but it wasn't mine anymore. It was him, and it was his. And that full surrender is what took me to levels I never thought was possible. He didn't just give me grace. He gave me a new family, a community of spirit-filled believers, people who actually love me, who know my heart, who support the man that God's building me to be. And it took years to find that. But I'm telling you, if you're walking through that fire, if you're alone, if you've left Islam or you're thinking about it, don't believe the life that you have will always be isolated. God has people waiting for you, a new family, a new mission, and a new life. And that's why I started this online ministry. Because a lot of people know me as Life Coach Shark or the Gladiator Coach, because the enemy thrives in isolation. And so many ex-Muslims or seekers or hidden Christians or just men in general are so unactivated and alone. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a movement. We're going to build a brotherhood, a generation of bold believers who don't just talk theology, they walk in power. They die to themselves and they fill themselves with the Holy Spirit. No lukewarm religion, no false faith, just fire. And so if you've made it this far, it's really not by accident. And you're here because God is speaking to you and he's trying to reach you the same way that he reached me. And I want you to know that you're not alone anymore. So if this resonates with you, I want you to comment something or stick around because I'm going to be dropping a video every day for the next 90 days to equip you, to walk with you, and to speak what most people are afraid of. that Jesus is alive, the gospel is true, and your life is just getting started. So guys, it's a pleasure to share my journey with you. These next 90 days, I'm going to be really diving into specifics of my journey, my entrepreneurship, the friends that I needed to make, the things I needed to let go of, the beliefs that were holding me back, the family patterns that I was called to break. And I'm so stoked to walk this with you guys. So I'll see you guys on the inside.